You can't hear me because I had my mic off. G'day, Rubes.
Hello.
There's like 3 things I have to do when I transition from the slide, and I always forget to turn on my microphone, which is like probably the most important thing, but we got there in the end. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
It's so weird having the 2 screens. I'm like tripping.
This is how I have to stream all the time. It's like there's like multiple things happening, and I just had to update the title of the stream because I still had Jess. So I've done that now. So everyone would have got a thing saying Jess was back. But it's Ruby. Say hi to everybody. Or everybody say hi to Ruby. I can see Iona. Sea Dog is here very early. Kenzie. Brit's here. Yep. Iona. Anna. Marlis. Tessa. Asia. Amberly. I said Brit. Sharon's here. Adam. Scarlett. Hey everybody.
What a crew.
All the crew's here. Thanks for joining, everybody. Join the crew. How are we? Yeah, how are we, Ruby? Asia's asked, how are we? How are you?
I'm good. I'm currently having dinner made for me, so that's nice.
That's nice. How did you manage that?
Well, I was like, gotta go, guys. Streaming. Can you make my dinner and I'll cook it later?
That's lovely. And so where do you live now? You haven't moved to Wollongong yet, is that right? Where are you at the moment?
So I'm in Ulladulla, which is about 2 hours south of Wollongong.
Okay.
3 hours south of Sydney.
3 hours south of Sydney. That is a fair drive whenever you have to drive to the city to shoot shows.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, or not a vibe maybe.
Yeah.
Britt says that she's 1 exam down and 3 to go, and Adam said he's at work and might have to disappear soon. Well, that's fine. Thanks for joining us anyway. I just read, that's why I paused. It says everything is on fire. Well, not literally, but still. I feel like the world is on fire at the moment.
Good luck, Brit.
Yeah, good luck, Britt. That's so exciting for you. I was just talking to Britt before on Facebook, and she had a bunch of her work printed, which was really cool. She was showing me out. It looked so awesome.
I love getting work printed.
Yeah, is that something, do you have it around your house? Like, do you have stuff up?
I did, but the frames fell down. So I have to fix that, but I'm moving on Sunday, so I have heaps of stuff printed out, but it's just like scattered in different places.
Yeah.
But nothing. I'm not really allowed to put anything on my wall, like hooks or anything.
That's right. When you're renting, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? You can't just like go banging holes everywhere.
Yeah. So I had a few stuff up here, but I can't. I'm not going to put it back up now, but hopefully I can put some stuff up.
The opposite happens when we bought our first bike, or even when we here. It's like, because I think you can, we're like always smashing holes everywhere. So we have the opposite problem where there's just like, oh shit, no, we definitely probably shouldn't have put that hole there. That was definitely a mistake. Anna's saying very cool jacket tonight. Thank you. Yeah. I have a excess wardrobe, and especially bomber jackets. This one I actually got in Portland on tour at a vintage store. I was very proud. I did a lot of vintage shopping on tour any day that we had a day off, so this is one of my finds.
Nice.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Portland.
It's really cool. It's like, it's really different to other parts of America, but it was very like, definitely was like, I felt in places it was like Fitzroy. Do you know what I mean? Like really.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah, cool, and you know, it seemed like progressive people, and you know, we were also in a cool hipster kind of part of town as well. So, Anna's saying it's one of her favorite cities. You're in Seattle, aren't you? That's not that far from Portland, I don't think, from memory. I always try and remember, like, because
Seattle looks really cool too.
Yeah, we when we went to Seattle. It was just before the Canada shows. So Joel and I didn't go to Canada, so we actually stayed in Seattle, but we stayed basically like on the very, very edge of town, like on the truck route. So we were like, I don't have any memories of Seattle other than being in this very dodgy hotel, very, very, very far out of town. And the only thing we had to eat was like some like kind of chicken shop, and that we went to, and it was interesting. I definitely felt for my safety that particular day. That's not anything about Seattle though, I just think it was where we were. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Portland is our cousin, Anna said. Cool. Wanted to go to Portland, but my family voted. Oh, okay. Portland's it was cool. It was definitely a vibe. Anyway, let's get into chatting to you, Ruby. I'm gonna pop your Instagram up to start with, which I can do right now while we're talking through, I guess, a little bit of your history. But I guess how I like to start all these interviews, as you would know, because you've been here for a lot of them now too. But just maybe give everybody a bit of a background to how you got into music photography and your journey, because everybody's journeys are very different. And hello, Tiogan, lovely to see you here.
So I guess I don't live near a city at all. I live 3 hours away from Sydney, so but I've always kind of gone to shows and gigs when I was from about the age of 12. My first ever gig was like a Christian big day out that I went to with church.
Oh, that's so cute. Where? And that was in Ulladulla?
Oh, that was in Sydney.
Oh, it was in Sydney.
So we caught a bus up and went, and it was actually really fun. One of my favourite bands played. They're still one of my favourite bands, Reliant K.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like rocking as a 12 or 13-year-old. I was like, yes, this is sick. And basically me and my friends at school were like the weird emo group. And so we my mum would always take us to like local pop shows up in Sydney.
Yep.
They weren't really local for us, but that was just the term everyone used. But so I'd always go up there, up in gigs. I've always loved taking photos.
Mm-hmm.
Just like forever.
So did you start did you have a camera when you were a kid? Like even a point and shoot or anything? Or was, when did you first pick up a camera?
Yeah, I can't even remember. I was very young, like probably 10.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Or something. I just had like a little point and shoot, and I just like took photos of everything. So when I started going to gigs, I would just take my camera because I liked capturing memories and stuff.
Yep.
And then I don't really remember the exact moment of getting it, but I just remember kind of always taking my camera to shows, and then seeing other photographers there that were like actual photographers, and I was like, oh my god, I thought by those massive cameras. And then and then I kind of just kept going to the stage. And then here's my that I was
you said you had a prop.
And then I watched this DVD. I don't know if it'll focus.
Pull it back a tiny. Oh yeah, there we go. Jonas Brothers.
The Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience. I watched this when I was 15 or whenever it came out, 2009, and I was like, this would be so sick to take photos of. And that's kind of what I was like, okay, I have to figure out how to do it now. And then so that's pretty funny that was the reason. I never actually tell people that in
No, I love that. That's
scenarios.
No.
Because I don't know, it's just funny.
Don't be ashamed of that. Jonas Brothers.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. So I've just seen a few new people jump in the chat. I can see Simone jumped in. I said hey to Tiogan. Georgia Griffith is here as well, and Nicolita, which is really cool. Thanks for joining us. So lovely to have you here.
So sick.
Yeah. So after you saw the Jonas Brothers, you were like, "This is what I want to do."
Yeah, I was like, I want to take photos of those fireworks and all the glow. Remember when everyone used to have glow sticks at concerts and stuff?
Yes, I do.
Just the best.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And then I don't actually remember doing any of the steps to becoming a music photographer, but like I obviously must have because I
Because here you are.
yeah, it feels like so long ago that I just can't. I have a really bad memory sometimes about things, but yeah, I remember emailing. Someone told me like, oh, email heaps of publications with a portfolio, and I was like, what the heck is a portfolio? And so I made a Flickr account and posted heaps of photos on my Flickr, and would just like send them. I'd email heaps of publications and just send them to whoever they were at the time. Like I think it was the 59th Sound, the AU Review,
Yep.
and a few more that don't exist anymore.
Yep.
And pretty much all of them were like no, except one, who was the 59th Sound, who Luke Sutton ran.
Ah, cool, yeah.
And then, yeah, so it was so funny. I like applied for all these massive shows, and I was like, yeah, I can shoot that. didn't get it because back then it was you had to like earn your way up instead of first in best dress, which is good. It's a good system. But yeah, so the first show I shot for them with like a proper pass was Ginger Safari Cub Sport, back when they were called Cub Scouts.
Ah, cute.
A Kenyo at the Metro.
Oh, wow.
And that was in 2012, I want to say.
Yep.
13.
Yep.
And I remember my mum drove me up to Sydney and dropped me at the Metro, and I was like shitting myself. I had no idea what to do. I had to borrow my friend's DSLR because I like only had a little point and shoot thing.
Yep.
And I'd always borrow friends' DSLRs. Had no idea how to use them, but I'd just like wing it.
Yeah.
And photos were awful, but I remember being in the pit. It was so fun. I was like, oh, this is sick. And I don't even think there was like any other photographers there, or if there were, there was only like 2.
Yep.
Wouldn't have a clue who they were, but yeah.
Yep.
And then kind of just here we are. 9 years later.
Yeah, that's so you said something really interesting in that, like, you were sent to a show from a publication, but you didn't really know what to do or anything. Like, did the publication give you any tips or anything, or was it kind of just like you just had to work stuff out for yourself? Because like that's pretty daunting, first show and not knowing. And I had a very similar experience as well, because I wasn't even shooting for publications the first shows that I shot, so you're just like, what do I do?
Yeah, I'd shot I think the first photographer I met was like Georgia Maloney.
Ah, nice.
Like literally
Legend.
2013 or 14, so long ago.
Yeah.
And I was always like, oh, she knows what she's doing. Like, she knows what's up.
Yeah.
But I think I was always too scared to talk to her. I like never spoke to anyone. But yeah, I don't think the publication told me anything. They told me how to get the pass and stuff. Otherwise, I would not have had a clue. But I remember when I sent. This is so embarrassing. When I sent the photos in after the show, I like had no idea what Dropbox or anything was. So I like sent 50 photos in like 25 different emails.
Oh, that's so cute and funny.
He sent like 2 photos per email, and then he's like, please don't ever do this again. I was like, oh my God.
But I mean, I love that because, like, I mean, you didn't know. They obviously didn't give you any directive about, hey, you got to put it in a Dropbox. Or, like, how are you supposed to know if you...
Yeah. Nah, he was really nice about it, but I was like, oh no, I've ruined it. I'm never going to be able to do this. But yeah, and then I just kept doing that, I think. And then I think I started shooting for Best Before in like 2015.
Right. Yeah, I was actually wondering when Best Before came up on the scene, but I probably remember starting to see it around maybe 2016 when everybody started, shooting all these shows and stuff.
Yeah, I think they started around 2014, but I found out about them in 2015 or 16.
Yeah.
Shot my first show for them, which was Green Spoon, and again the photos were so bad. But that wasn't actually my fault because I kind of knew what I was doing then. It was just really bad lighting, and But yeah, so then they kind of gave me heaps of opportunities. Got so many shows for them, it's crazy, and they kind of really helped me kickstart my career, I suppose.
Yeah, and so for those who don't know how it usually works, you were saying before there's a system with publications that work kind of like first in, best dressed. Is that how Best Before works with their, like, is there a spreadsheet or something, or?
Yeah, so we have a spreadsheet, and depends on the show. Most of the time it's like first in, best dressed, unless it's like a random new person that's like never shot a show. And if it's like a show like if it's like the 1975, then we'll like swap it out or whatever. But for the most part, it's first in, best dressed. But I guess they try to like share it around. If someone's shot every single show in Sydney, then sometimes we'll be like, okay, maybe just give someone else a go.
Yes. I just saw that Nicolita has to leave because she's got to go to bed. It's a crazy time over in America. So thanks for joining us, and yes, watch the video back. Lovely to see you here. Georgia was saying that she once had a contributor do the separate email thing to her, which is hilarious. I was just going to say, like, what if there's some person that's just really quick all the time? It's just like getting in, like...
Well, there is, and her name is Gabrielle Clement. Because I swear, like, tours are announced at like 6, 7 in the morning sometimes, and she works really early, so she's always up, and I'm always like, oh, damn it, Gab. But no, it's funny. Like,
yeah.
Usually we all end up there anyway. Like everyone that shoots for Best Before, which is funny. We all just find another way.
If you really want to shoot a show, you'll find a publication that you want to shoot for.
Yeah.
That's
Or like, so there's like a backup column as well, so you can put your name in there, and then if the person who originally put their name down can't make it, then you just like swap it out. Or sometimes like I put my name down for the vaccines, I think it was, just because I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And someone messaged me and was like, oh my god, please, I'm dying to shoot this show. I'm like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's nice too, if you know that somebody...
I don't actually really listen to them or know anything about them.
Yeah, that's nice if there's like you know that someone's got a real passion for somebody, and like you just let them shoot. That's a nice system. But I guess I haven't shot for publications in such a long time, and the only time I did really was when it was a specific gig that I wanted to shoot. So I haven't experienced that, like, you know, vying for it. That just makes me actually anxious.
I know, I haven't actually done it in a while, obviously because of Corona, but like...
there's a couple of people in the chat that are saying they've missed what... I think maybe this is an Australian term, first in, best dressed, because they're not...
I think it must.
There's a few...
First come, first serve.
Yeah, first come, first serve. Like, if you put your name down first, you get in first. We call it... First
in, best dressed doesn't really make sense.
First in, best dressed. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever in the context.
It's like... When is that ever?
And when a photographer's ever the best dressed?
I know, or like, when does getting somewhere first ever mean you're the best dressed anyway? In any situation?
I've actually never thought about it. It's like, my best mate's calling and I can't talk to him. Hang on a sec. I told him I was streaming now. I'm just telling him that I'm streaming.
Georgia, I feel like we all have 3 or 4 publications we work for. Yeah, so true. And they're like all the same, so we just rotate.
Yes, totally. It's good though, because I think it's great that everybody's still, like, you know, gets to, you know, to shoot the gigs that they want, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's nice community, I think.
It's a lovely community.
Obviously, I can only speak for Sydney as far as like in real life goes. Yeah,
totally.
I love this Sydney community. It's a vibe.
I mean, like my bestie Johnny says to say hello to everybody. That's what he was calling for, to say hello to everybody. He said that he's too lazy to sign up for the chat, and that he just wants me to give him a shout out. So that's what's happening right now. Johnny, lovely to see you. Shout out to Johnny. Johnny was my IT savior in basically everything that I do for my entire business before I met Aaron, and Aaron is now like my Twitch IT person, which is Sinner of Ether. Thanks so much for following. I saw the Georgia. I feel like we have 3 or 4 publications we work for, so we can still try for somebody else. I also see the desperate tweets sometimes, like, "Oh my God, I need to shoot this show. How can I shoot this? Please let me shoot this, or can I, this festival or whatever."
I've definitely done that.
I've seen lots of people do that, but I feel like, it does seem to work out. Can you think of a show that you really, really, really wanted to shoot, but like missed out?
Oh my God, yes, I can. I'm like still, okay. Bring Me the Horizon. I just like got flat out denied for, and I was like, I still went to the show, but I was, oh my God.
Oh no.
It's even worse when you go to the show and then you like see everyone else in the pit.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. That's yeah.
Like it's been ages since I've got like actually denied. Like,
I can't imagine you getting denied for many shows these days, Ruby.
I was like, oh, damn, I would have slayed that.
I saw Aaron wrote back, Adam wrote, "Glad there wasn't an actual dress code." Imagine that, like, if you got in first, there was like a really specific dress code that you had to wear to shoot the show.
There is black on black.
Black on black. That wasn't that though. Imagine it was something else. Like you had to wear heels or something. Imagine.
No.
Never.
But yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. I was so devo about.
Yeah.
Still am, to be honest.
Great.
And then when Shawn Mendes played at the friggin' Enmore Theatre, he did 2 shows.
That would have been a little while ago.
Yeah, it was I can't even remember what year, but it was ages ago. And he did 2 shows, and I got approved for the second show, for the first show, but I found out on the next day.
Oh, I think I remember you tweeting about that or something. Like you got the email late, and you're like, what was the point?
And I was like, wow, he's never gonna play the Enmore again.
Oh my God, that's pretty. I wonder like what happens in that situation, because I know from experience now, like photographers are literally the last thing that anybody thinks about. It's like the last thing that
100%.
And even it's the last list that goes to the door, all of those things, like, so it's a very back of mind kind of vibe, so we're off.
I'm definitely not like angry when I find out late. I was just like, because I think it was my publication that told me late. It wasn't
right. Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they should have just not told you. Like, oh my God.
I know. I was like, what? And then I was like, hey, I applied for the show like last
show.
night. And I was like, oh shit, sorry, we thought you applied for tonight. I was like, no, because otherwise I would have gone to the second show if I was obviously busy or something. But yeah.
Scarlett said it's heartbreaking how quick that show came to your mind.
I know, I still think about it because
it's trauma. That's trauma.
You know what's funny though? I took my point and shoot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm allowed that. Anyway, I got it confiscated like halfway through the show. This security lady came up to me and was like, "You can't have that in there." And I was like,
"Oh my God, we're being raided. We're being raided." Oh my God, Sam is raiding the stream with 33 people. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, Sam and Fam send their love. Oh my God, it's all the fam from Sam's stream. That's so cool. You guys are the best.
So oh my God.
Oh, so much love. Oh, that's the best, Sam. This is my first raid. I've never been raided. This is awesome.
Thanks, Sam and Fam.
Thanks, Sam and Fam. We did like not a full raid, like a mini raid the other night. I just put Sam's link up in the Discord when he was playing marbles, and a bunch of us were playing marbles. It was the most fun thing ever. So this is my first raid, Sam. I haven't been raided before, so this is very exciting. I'm actually like sweating. I'm like so excited.
I love Twitch.
Twitch is the best. Oh my God, such a beautiful community. You guys are the best. Thanks for... Oh, we've got a cheer!
Yes!
Oh my God, that's so cool. This is so awesome. There's share and... Oh my God. Oh my God! Too many things are happening at once. Oh, Sam just subscribed as well. I'm so overwhelmed. It's all happening. He wants to start a hype train. Oh my God, it's all happening in the stream? So many new followers. I can't even keep up with all the new followers as well.
I know. Like trying to
Sharon's like, what is happening? So basically, I'm seeing so high training. So much stuff. Oh my god, it's very overwhelming. Choo choo. Oh my god, so many more cheers. Thank you. Is that Larice? Larice, I've seen Larice in Sam's stream as well. There's so many familiar names that I'm seeing of people because I've been hanging out there the last couple of days as well. So this is so cool.
I love Hype
I
Train.
know. Azuki has also cheered as well. I think I mentioned the other night, like I don't really know about cheers before, so we just... Larice is subscribed as well. It's all happening. Oh my god! We've just reached a hype train. Choo choo!
Wow, that was the worst choo choo ever.
Can someone explain to me, Sam?
Oh my, Gab, hello Gab.
Oh, Gab's here now. Sam, can you explain to me about cheers? Because I don't know about cheers, and everybody's doing cheers in the stream tonight.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my god. This is the best. Oh my god. Oh, was that Gab that just joined? Oh,
Yeah.
Shaz, you got gifted an emote. I don't know what's happening. There's so much community love happening right now. It's like, this is new for our community, so this is hilarious.
I have to get so close to the screen to read it because I'm so blind. I'm like, what does that
What's
say?
everybody saying? Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Nighthawk Luna said, this month's gifted subs and bits unlock Pride emotes for Pride Month. That is so cool. So there's a bunch of Pride emotes that everybody can use now in the chat. That's like so cool. Oh, thank you so much, everyone from Sam's stream. That's like the best. This is awesome.
Thank you, Sam.
Yes.
Sam. And Sam.
Lucinda said, I have a beer. Can I cheers that? Absolutely, Lucinda. You 100% can do that. Larisi said, Four Eyes Gang. That's like, you guys can all hang out together. The people that are blind.
Love that. 4 Eyes since I was 2 years old.
Oh, that's very cute. I need to see a baby photo, Ruby, of you with little glasses. That would be very cute.
I've got one on the internet somewhere on my Facebook.
You definitely need to share that. Oh, Megan, did I see you in the chat before? Megan's in the chat now as well. I don't know if I saw.
Oh, yeah, Megan.
Hi, Megan. Who else is here that I haven't said hello to? I hope I didn't miss anyone else.
I know, it's so hard to keep up when there's
Just
like
all these people. I know.
excitement happening.
Anna said... Yeah, that is an amazing. That'll have to be one of our Creative Sunday photo challenges to recreate a childhood photo. That would be so.
What's those TikToks where it's like I'm just a kid, and then it like flat, and then people do that. It's funny.
I'm a bit. I haven't seen many TikToks except for the ones that make Twitter occasionally. So.
The weirdest thing ever happened on my TikTok today.
What?
I was scrolling through, and on my like For You page was just this TikTok came up, and I watched it, and then I was like, oh, that's my beach. Like, that's so random.
Oh, that's random.
Then I like clicked on this chick's profile and then went to her Instagram. I was like, did a bit of a stalk, and I was like, oh my god, they're staying in the holiday house literally behind my house.
Oh my god.
That I can see them clearly, and I was like, this is so weird. They're from Melbourne, I think.
Oh my god, what's happening? There is somebody, was that Nighthawk Luna just subscribed as well? Oh my god, this is crazy.
Sam gifted
Sam gifted the sub. Why they're coming, oh my god, what's happening? There's too many things happening at once. So many gifts and, oh my god, thank you so much. This is so cool. I was just trying to get Jeddah in the stream as well because people that are new to the stream haven't seen Jeddah yet, so that's the other thing. I know everybody. There's so many emotes now. Jeddah, come back here. I'll get her in a sec. Anyway. Oh my God, Shelley's here. It's all happening tonight, Shelley. We've got our first raid, first stream raid, which is very exciting. There's so many new people here. It's so awesome.
I feel like we should do this for a hype train.
What should we do?
Where?
Have you got a sound effect? Oh my god! Ruby, that is the best. That's awesome. So for those who have just so many new followers, I can't keep up with everybody. I want to be saying hello to everybody. Thank you so much for the follow and everything. This is crazy. For those who don't know, basically, I'm interviewing Ruby tonight, who's amazing music photographer. So please, I've got her Instagram up at the moment and showing. She's like really, really talented. Larissa just cheered a bunch more. Oh my God, so many. I think there's another like level 2 hype train coming soon too. Holy shit. Oh my God, this is insane. Thank you so much, everybody. This is, oh my God, hype train success. We got another emote. It's very overwhelming tonight, people. We're getting to level 3. Holy shit. This is crazy. This is so cool. I really wish Jenna was here so I could like celebrate with her. Okay, Ruby, let's get into your work again. I'm just showing some of your amazing stuff on Instagram, and you have been shooting, close to 10 years now, which was, yes, thank you, Sam, that was fun. I'm like hyperventilating slightly. But we're going to get into some of your favourite photos in a sec, your 10 favourite photos, which is very, very cool. Oh, you got a new badge. Yes, you've got your subscriber badge. Yeah, it's the little bomber jackets. For those who are new in...
Thank you.
Sorry, what did you say? I talked over the top of you, Ruby.
I think I talked over the top of you. Someone said Maggie Rogers, and I said, yes, Maggie Rogers.
Up on the screen, yes. I was just explaining for those new in the stream that I'm obsessed with bomber jackets. I usually wear a different one for every stream, and so the sub badges are bomber jackets. For every month, there's a different bomber jacket. Hey, Jenny!
How good was that Maggie show, Gab?
Oh yeah, would you guys? I didn't shoot. Gabby shot it. Who else shot it? There was a bunch of you guys that shot that show. So many great photos that came for that show. It was really beautiful.
Anna, oh my God, she went to Anna's uni.
Oh my God.
God.
Just mates.
Oh, Georgia was there. I literally can't remember who was there, to be honest. Sorry if I offend anyone by saying that.
Jenna, can you pass her over here, hon?
Look, who was there.
Jarvis is going to deliver her over here. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Say hello, hon.
Hello.
They can't see you. There you go. Over here this bit. Wait. Yeah, nearly.
Nearly.
There we go.
What up?
Hello.
Okay, so we've got Jenna in the stream now. For those who've never met her, oh, she's really just wanting her daddy. She's not wanting. Hey, say hello to everybody. No, she just wants daddy. Oh.
Yeah, Daddy's in the kitchen.
I think because daddy's in the kitchen, daddy has treats. So, yeah, tell us about this Maggie Rogers show.
Oh, I can't remember much of it because we couldn't stay for it.
Yeah.
But I remember it being hectic, and I feel like there was a lot of photographers there, but I can't really remember.
Yeah.
But it
feels like something that would be a lot of.
I remember she opened with like 3 really good songs. Can't remember what they were, but I remember liking it. And I was like, yes, I know these ones.
That's so cool when that happens. Yeah. Well.
And she just moves around so
yeah, all of the shots were like amazing movement kind of shots.
Yeah, all her movements are just so good to shoot.
Yeah, everybody had great.
I had to crop this photo with because I couldn't post it as it was portrait. It was too long.
Yeah, yes.
So I had to expand the photo and clone. There was white bits and I had to clone it.
Yes, got you, and make it
make it smaller and the frame bigger so I could post it in Instagram ratio. I was like, oh, lucky the background's kind of just orange.
Just saying goodbye to Luna. Thanks so much for coming in and for the sub. Really appreciate it. Really, thanks to all the new people and new followers. And if I didn't say hello individually, you're all so welcome in our little community here. So this is so cool. What a cool night. Very cool.
I know, it's so good.
I wanted to pull up what the first shot. I asked you to pick 10 of your favorite photos to talk about. So we'll pull up those now. The first one is Childish Gambino. Do you want to tell us about why you picked this particular photo?
Yeah, is it the black and white one?
Yeah, it's a black and white one. Sorry, Jenna wants to come up now, so I'm going. Now she wants to speak.
So, this was shot in 2016 at Falls Festival.
Yep, beautiful.
And down in Lawn, and it was my first kind of big festival that I shot. I didn't actually know who he was.
Oh, wow.
Like, I knew the name, but I didn't know any of his music or anything. Because I was still listening to only emo music at that point. And I just, like, obviously knew that it was going to be a amazing show. And I'm looking back now, I'm so thankful that I got to shoot him from the pit.
Yep.
That would just never happen now. But yeah, I like this shot because I literally did not know how to use the camera that I was using. The lighting was really crap. It was just like blue.
Ah, that's
and
interesting.
dark.
Yep.
And this is like a re-edit because I went back through like last year or the year before, and I was like, oh, I can actually edit photos now. I'm gonna re-edit. And then, because I've always struggled to make blue black and white. I don't know why. I just never liked the look of it. And then, with this photo, I kind of figured out how to do it, and I was like, oh, I really like that.
Yep.
I think I just like it because it was a total fluke, and probably one of the only photos that's in focus from that set.
He also performs with a lot of energy as well, so
yeah. I was kind of just in, like, you know when you're just in the pit and you're just in awe of like who's performing. I was like, holy shit, I'm like gonna very much invest my time in this person now. And yeah, so the bottom part, so all over the stage there was just shit all over the stage, like cords and drink bottles and towels, and so I was like, yeah, just kind of tried to get rid of those as best I could. And
have you done some
make it smoky.
compositing as well? Like, is there a grainy? It looks like there's like a grainy. Yeah,
so I think I put a dust
like a scratchy
overlay.
Kind of overlay.
Yeah, which I don't really like now, but it kind of.
I kind of like it. I think it's really dope.
Yeah, I went through a grain filter, like grain overlay phase, and just put it on so many
Don't
photos.
Don't we all?
Yeah. But
oh, hey, Mecca! I just saw Mecca jumped in the chat as well. So nice to see you here, Mecca. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So
I didn't actually like it to begin with, but I like this edit.
Yeah, it's a great edit. It's really great.
Yeah.
And
it looks really in print.
I was a huge, I still am a huge Childish Gambino fan, and I've been following him since probably 2011, 2012, and he came out for Big Day Out in either 12 or 13. I hadn't been shooting very long, but one of my friends got me a gig shooting for him at Big Day Out, which was like...
That's mad.
Absolutely. I actually haven't gone back. Oh, hi, Music Princessa. Nice to see you. Thanks for following. Yes, Bino is a mastermind. I completely agree with you.
I know. I'm so obsessed now.
It's really weird when you think about those moments when, I was with him for the whole day as well. So it was not only just hanging out at Big Day Out and shooting the set, but there was like a after show that, that will hang. So it was like a whole...
That's so cool.
But it's just so weird where you see when artists elevate that much. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a big explosion in popularity from, he was, not on the main stage when I shot. It was like, whatever the tent was back in Big Day Out days. And
even that time he played Splendor before he was in the tent.
Yes, yeah. Gab said he blew her mind at Splendor. Yeah.
That set was effed up.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
I I like cried. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And then I went to the sideshow 3 days later, and I was like third row or something, and just seeing it, because I watched it from the back at Splendor, and then seeing it was like the same set, but seeing it in a completely different
that's the best
perspective. I was like, oh my god, this is like, I felt like I was on another planet. I was like, but I didn't shoot at Splendor because there was like one push. I was with Jordan and Gab in the crowd, and there was like one push, and I was like, later, I'm out.
Speaking of Jordan, he just joined the chat, so the goat is in the building. Lovely to see you here, Jordan. It can be dangerous in those bits sometimes. I've definitely had those where I'm like, yeah, I'm totally going to get in there and shoot, and then it's like, oh my god, no, I'm like out the back, way too old for this.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so short as well, so I was like, I can't even see. Even if I like hold my lens up, I'm like, I still can't see anything.
Let's have a look at your next photograph. Oh, this is one I think, like, I feel like this photo has become synonymous with you. Like, this is the Ruby.
The Florence?
Yeah, this is the Florence photo. This is like, yeah, don't you think this is like a career-defining photograph, I think. Is that how you feel about it? Like, I'd love to get your perspective on that shot.
I think I like the photo, but I think I've just like looked at it so much now that I'm like, okay, I need to take another one of like someone else. But that day was so funny. Like, I was driving up to Sydney. It was like 40 degrees or something crazy.
Oh wow.
And so I had to borrow my sister's car, which is like a Holden Barina, just doesn't go up hills at all, and I have to drive up this big mountain to get to Sydney. And the car like overheated. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm not gonna get to the show. I was like stressing because you can't get to like where I was stuck. You have to like go down the mountain if you were the other way and like turn around and then come all the way back up because there was like a concrete barrier in the middle of the road. So I was like, oh my god, of course this would happen on this day. And because I don't think I feel like I wasn't shooting the show, and then I got asked to shoot it for Best Before or something happened.
Like last minute or something.
Yeah, like the day before, and I was like, yeah, I'll bloody shoot for it. Yeah, so the car overheated, and then I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know what's wrong with the car. So, and then my friend messaged me. He was like, hey, was that you stranded on the side of the road? And I was, yes, it was. And he's like, do you need help? I was like, yes, please.
Oh,
I
wow.
do. So he came up and helped me, and he's like, I think you've blown a head gasket, which was like not true at all. I didn't have enough water or something. And so I was like, oh my god, great, I'm not gonna be able to shoot this show. I was like gutted. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna deal with the car tomorrow or like another later. So I posted on Facebook. I was like, is anyone heading up to Sydney like now? I'm stuck in Wollongong. And my friend was like, he messaged me and he's like, oh, I'm not going to Sydney, but like I'm more than happy to take you to Sutherland, which is probably 40 minutes from Wollongong. It's just the closest train station to where I was.
Cool.
And I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. Like, I'll definitely pay you for petrol or whatever. So he drove me to Sutherland train station, and then I just like, luckily there was trains straight away to the city. And yeah, so I was just nervous because I'm always really early to things, like crazy early. I just hate not being.
I'm the same. I'm exactly the same.
I was stressing. I wasn't even going to be late, but I wasn't going to be early. I was like, oh.
I know that anxiety so well, so I get it.
The worst. And then, so yeah, I was like, okay, I can't do anything. I'm on the train. Like, I just have to chill out. And I was supposed to go to Georgia Maloney's house and borrow her 7200 because it was at the Domain this show, so the stage was pretty high. And obviously couldn't do that, didn't have time because we were getting escorted for the first support at like 6 o'clock or whatever.
Yep.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was Marlon Williams or Jack River.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, I was like, I wanted to shoot their set, so I was like, I'm just gonna go, like, I have to deal with it. Anyway, I'm like running from Martin Place train station to the Domain, which is like not that far, but I'm really unfit, so I was like, oh, I hate running. And it was 40 degrees
Oh, that's
still.
wild.
And then the chick who was escorting us rang me. She's like, hey, are you coming? I was like, yes, I'll be there soon. I'm like 5 minutes away. And then, so yeah, I got to the show. I was like wearing white clothes because I just didn't have time to change. And I was like, and then, yeah, so I was stressing because I didn't have the lens that I wanted to get. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to get anything. The stage is too high and like she's too far away. And I know that she doesn't like photographers being like close to the stage. So like I was like, I'm not going to get anything from this show. Like I'm just going to accept it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and then I was like, okay, what can I actually do to like, I don't know, whatever is going on in my head. And I'm glad there was a couple of supports because it calmed me down a bit and like got me in the zone. But then when she came on, everyone was kind of in the same little group of like same spot, which was pretty much in the middle of the stage. So I just was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the side, and then because she runs up and down the stage just like constantly. So it's basically just like sniper mode. I was just like
totally.
And then she just like did this pose, and the original photo is just like, I thought it was too overexposed to say.
Okay.
It's just like, as you can probably see in that, it was so white, and I thought it was like too exposed. And then I think I deleted it at first because I was like, there was just like beams and like people and crap in the background. I was like, okay, this is unusable. And then I had another one of her doing the same pose, except it was more silhouette, so her face was really dark. And then, and then I was like doing all those star overlay things at the time. I was like, oh, I'll just try that. And then I like masked everything so it was all black in the background. And then I chucked those stars over and I was like, yeah, it's all right. And then
it's all right.
I was really, like, I didn't think it was anything special. There was another one, the other one of her doing the same pose I thought was better. And then, anyway, I posted on Instagram and everyone went crazy. Still like my most liked or interacted with post on Instagram. And now it's just like everywhere.
Yes, and on Twitter, I feel like on Twitter it kind of did really well as well.
Yeah, it went pretty wild on Twitter. I think like every photo I posted from that show just always does well.
Yeah.
But yeah, and people like were trying to sell prints of it and like phone cases with the photo on it.
Sounds about right.
It's like, no.
You can't do that, guys.
But yeah. So
did you actually have to chase anybody up about that? Like, did you have to pursue anyone for trying to sell it?
Yeah, my friend who's in Miss Florence group, like, so I messaged the chick, hey, like, just letting you know this is my photo, and she posted a link in the group saying like, oh, if you want me to make you one, let me know. And I just messaged her, I was like, oh, like, you can't really do this. I was nice about it, I wasn't like, F you, bitch.
Yeah.
But and then she's like, oh, well, I got it off the internet, so I just assumed I could use it. I was like,
yeah, no, that's, I mean, it's,
and I was like,
it's not.
And then I found out she was like 13.
Yeah, of course, it's so interesting.
And then she's like, oh, yeah, and then after explaining it, she's like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry, I'll take it down. She's like, can I keep my phone case? I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna make you throw out the phone case.
Just don't sell any other ones of it. Yes.
But yeah, I don't really look anymore. Like I used to look sometimes and see if there was like some shady shit going on, but now I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, you know, there's a website that does it for you.
Oh really? That's so handy.
someone's going to remember it before I do because I've forgotten the name of it, but there's actually a website that you can just link it to your Instagram and it will go searching for all the times people have used. Pixie, there you go. Yeah, Pixie.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
yeah,
use
definitely. The thing is, sometimes it's overwhelming. Especially for somebody whose photos are in a fandom. It's just like, I actually can't really use it, to be honest, because it's so overwhelmed by people using my photos that it's hard. Like,
Yeah.
there is a section that is like, it does find like commercial use, which is really handy, but it's like,
Oh my God, yeah.
Gabs used it, there you go, claim $300, awesome. I find it's just so much stuff, so it becomes really overwhelming, and you might find the same thing because this particular photo might be
Yeah. I stopped looking because last time I like used to go on Twitter and just type my name to see if anyone was posting my photos without tagging, which is fine if they write my name, like I don't really care, but I just like I'm curious to see. And then I like came across some like hate tweets. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again.
That's yes, yep, been there. Yeah, that could be soul destroying.
Like,
The internet. So
Twitter.
Twitter's great.
Keep calm and Twitter
Yes.
on.
Totally. That's perfect mug for the situation. Let's go on to your next photograph as well. I'm getting completely blown out again. What's going on? There we go. Next photo.
It looks so different on the stream, on the like Twitch.
It looks different?
Yeah, you're like brighter on the Twitch thing than you are on Skype.
On. Oh yeah, Skype is totally different. It's like, it's so...
Yeah.
Because Skype is like my computer camera, but Twitch is a DSLR. Right. It's like actually my camera. So it's like super clear.
That makes sense.
I'll just go on to the next photo. Cool. We have the photo of Joel from Amity, which is
crazy.
Such a great photo. It's actually the perfect photo of Joel. I don't think I've seen a better photo. Joel's a really good friend of mine, so
I like gasped when I took the photo because I was like, I've never got Pyro right.
Pyro's hard.
And like how is he just
in the middle?
In the middle.
And perfect expression.
People think it's fake.
People think it's fake? Like,
yeah, they're like, why is the right fire blurry? I'm like, that's called depth of field. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's perfectly exposed. Pyro is so hard.
Yeah, I remember someone was like, always exposed for Pyro, which is harder in the nighttime. But I think because this was at Download Festival, it was in the day.
Yeah. The expression's perfect as well. Just the way, like, he's looking off into the distance, and you know he's got a bit of a frown and stuff. It just looks so perfect.
I like how it's so. Like, usually Pyro is just like hectic and there's like a lot of energy, but I like that he's like completely the opposite of like what is usually happening in a Pyro situation.
Yeah. And just so perfectly framed. It's really cool.
Yeah, I was like, because before I edited it, you couldn't even see him really because I was exposing for the flame, so he was like dark.
Cool. Yep.
But I'm like, I'm glad that I didn't lose too much of the detail, and it wasn't too grainy when I.
No, it's perfect.
You
masked him and then pulled up the.
So I just like brought up all the exposure, so he was
yes.
He was
separate to the flames.
Yeah, and then I did the radiant.
Cool.
That was called in Lightroom.
I never used that.
Fractal mask. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
the one that you pull from like the side.
I never ever used that tool, and I've seen now a few people use it. I'm like, well, maybe I should play with that. It looks really cool.
I love it.
Cool.
So I use that to then just expose the flames properly.
Gab said this shot just burnt my eyebrows off.
Same, honestly. It's actually so hot when you're
so
in the pit.
Hot.
Shooting Parkway Drive at Good Things, I was like, oh my god, this is too much fire. There was so much. They had like pyro from the freaking top of the stage, pyro from the sound desk, pyro from the like front of the stage. It was crazy. And then the drum kit like was on fire and spun around in a circle.
Oh,
It was
that's
insane. And it was like peak bushfire season.
Oh, hey Blake, thanks so much for the follow. Thanks for joining the stream.
Oh, Blake, legend.
Peak, actually I found pyro, like both flames and the CO2 can be tricky to shoot. More CO2, yeah, it can be tricky to shoot. CO2 is much easier than flames. Much easier.
I've never got a successful CO2 photo because I don't have a wide enough
Yeah,
lens
you
to
need to be super wide. Otherwise you miss them.
Yeah. All the artists I've shot that have had CO2, it's never been like even.
Oh yeah.
It's always been in really awkward spots, especially Brockhampton's set at FOMO. Yeah. They had like 100, not really. They had so many CO2 cannons, and I was like, oh, this is so overwhelming, but it was sick. But I can never, like, I just want to get the perfect, like, them in the center and like.
I've got a couple only because I've been shooting 4 rule and you just get prime position when, and the CO2 for him has been there's 4 of them and he's in the center.
Yeah.
Hello, Jared as well. Thanks so much for following. Jared Tanetti. Hey, so nice to see you here. And also I think I like the pyro shot from the back of the stage, like that perspective when you see the crowd, like that's such a sick shot of
I love
the CO2, sorry.
Jess got a cool one of Cub Sport at Yours and Ours 2 years ago, I think, from behind the stage, and it was like the like sparkle of pyro.
Oh, sick! The sparkles,
it's just like heaps of it. Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Rule at Yours and Ours last year had like the perfect pyro.
He did have great pyro for that.
I was like, he's the only. I think I got a few good ones of him.
Yeah, I got up onto. I think I saw Brit. I think just before I climbed up on that thing at the top of Yours and Ours. You know, has it like there's a tower and you can get.
Yeah. Oh, that was so scary going up there. I'm like so scared of heights.
I'm not scared of heights at all. So like that doesn't bother me. I was more concerned about like not dropping my camera because I don't have any straps or anything. So I actually had to climb the ladder with my camera.
Once I was up there, but getting up, I was like, and I had to go up there for a few sets, and I was like,
it was definitely nerve-wracking. Like if you were scared of heights, that would have been like very scary. It was definitely like not OHS or anything like that.
I remember we were in the media room, and they were like, all right, who's going up the skegs? And they were like, I was like, oh, I'll go up. They're like, you sure? At the start of the day you said you were scared of heights. I was like, yeah, I am, but I still want to get that shot.
Yeah, it's the balance of my life and the best photo I've ever taken. So I'm gonna give it. It's a risk.
Like they're playing at sunset, and I know that I'm not gonna fall off the thing and die unless I do something dumb, which I'll probably not do because I don't want to die. But then I'm up there, and then when I got down later, I like went on to Instagram, and there was like 10 people had filmed me up there and put me on their story.
That's hilarious.
So funny. They're like, oh my god, Ruby's in the tower.
That's cute. Let's have a look at your next photo as well. Here we go, gang of youths. Let us.
Brit was one of those people that filmed me.
Was she?
Gang of youths. What a band.
What a band. Best band in Australia.
100%.
Oh, thanks. Sam's popping off. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and thanks for bringing such a huge crowd of people. That was like insane. So, Tim's here as well. Yes. Tim. See you next time, Sam. Really appreciate it.
See you, Sam.
Hey, Tim. Yes, best band. I think I think I've told the story in the stream before, but I didn't really get Gang of Youths until I shot for them. Like I watched. Like I wasn't really a fan. I heard them on the radio and I'm like, I don't get it. And then I saw them and I was like, oh, okay. No, they're literally the best band in Australia. Like they are.
That happened with Gab as well.
Yeah, very, 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 very special band. So totally get it now. Love them. On board.
I don't have words left to describe my love for that band.
So which show was this? Where was this?
So this was Fairgrounds Festival, which is in Berry, which is about an hour away from me, so very close. And it's just like a little boutique kind of festival. personally one of my favourite festivals in Australia. If you haven't been to Fairgrounds, 100% would recommend. They always just have the sickest lineups.
Yep. Awesome.
And so Gang of Youths have been my favourite band since like 2014 or something. And every time they played in Sydney, I like could not go. I just had something on, or I was just like couldn't afford it or something, and I was just like, oh my god, is this going to be one of those situations where I don't see them for like 10 years? So I think so. The first time I saw them was in September of, was it 2018 Fairgrounds? Anyway, maybe it was 2017. Anyway, I had never. This is the first time I ever shot them, and so I'd seen them once before that, but not very long before that. I didn't get approved to shoot a show, so I just like got barrier. Just hung out there, and because I was like, okay, it's at the Horden, I'm not going to be able to see a single thing if I'm not in the first row. And so I was really nervous for this because I just like didn't want to ruin it. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, you were really I know that feeling. You're like, can't fuck this up.
Yeah, and then it was like pissing down rain.
Oh wow.
And I was like, yes, this is my favorite. I love shooting in the rain, not laneway rain. Rain was just
that was
like
torrential rain. I don't think it actually still was fun. Like the shots looked sick because of it, but yeah.
Yeah, but
it was a bit too much. I mean,
it was so heavy and.
By the way, I say that because I literally was there to shoot one set, not the whole festival. Yeah. So it's like, fucking.
I was just like standing there. I was like, you know what? We have nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be there all day, like that's really rough. And then
Yeah.
So ignore me, like whatever.
So yeah, I feel like I camped a lot in this set because but there wasn't really many photographers anyway because it was just like in a random little town.
Yeah.
But it was pissing down. I was just like the happiest I've ever been. Every time I shoot them, I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I don't really ever like focus on what I like. I'm not like looking down at what I took and then shooting, and I don't really remember taking photos unless like I don't know. It's very rare that I'm like, oh, I remember the exact moment I took that photo. But I remember being in this like position, and he like does his thing where he lifts his guitar up, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm in the fucking perfect spot. And I like there's like a sequence of this, but this is my favorite one. I think because his face was out of focus in the others, but I literally like took the sequence and then just like pressed the play button and saw that photo, and I was like, and I was gonna, because the festival, it's a 2-day festival, and they were on the Friday night, so the first night. I was gonna stay in Berry that night, so I didn't have to drive home and then back up. And I was like, I saw that photo, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home and edit it. I need to edit it. Like, I don't care. I wasn't gonna drive home because I had one headlight and like my dashboard lights didn't work.
Oh my god.
I was like, you know what? I don't, like, it'll be fine.
Risking it for the art again.
It's like 2 a.m, and I'm like, gotta edit. And then I was just, this is a re-edit actually, because the first time I edited it, it was a bit shit. The edit like wasn't bad, but I did it better this
really,
time.
really beautiful composition. Like everything about, like if you had been in a slightly different position, the mic stand would have been so distracting, but it's actually perfectly framing him. Like it's.
I was like, can't believe this. And then the rain, I liked it. It looked like the lens flare looks like the moon.
It does. It totally does. Yeah.
And I was like, this is so Gang of Youths.
Yeah. Yeah, and just that bit of smoke in the guitar and
yeah. I was just so happy with it. I was
it's a
like,
really great photo.
And then I got it printed and put it on my wall.
That's it's definitely a print-worthy shot, as we say. Print.
Yeah, it's still one of my favourites. Probably my top 3.
Awesome. I love that story. That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. Let's have a look at your next one.
Yeah, the rain was so sick. There was so many cool flares, as Gab loves.
Gab loves a flare. Well, we all love a flare. Okay.
My lens is broken as well, so the bokeh looks really weird when it's yeah, so it makes really cool flares.
Next one is Hockey Dad, I think, at Radbar.
So yeah, this is a band called Step Panther, who old mate Hockey Dad plays in as well. And they're just a Wollongong band. This was the last week of Rad. There was about 4 shows, I think. So this was actually like the Hockey Dad Rad show.
Okay.
And then he plays in this other band. It's like a super group. It's like a Wollongong super group.
Okay, cool.
And it was so hectic. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Rad Bar, but it's just hectic.
Is this the one, the photo I've seen you jumping off a balcony? Like, is that Rad Bar? Yeah, okay, I think I get the vibe. I get the vibe.
So it's just like the floor, basically. Yep. And the capacity is 80 on paper.
Yes.
But it's always like, if it's a sold out show, it's like 130.
Oh my god, that's mental. I've just seen Jazz is Jazz is in the chat as well. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so I was like, I think I was just like kneeling on the floor because that's the only way I like could hold myself without getting knocked over. Because I think they're like punk. I can't even remember. Yeah, they're like punky rock. And I was like, I always like when the guitars are like right next to the lens.
Looks sick.
And I just like wanted to get that gong heavy thing in a photo, and then I just took heaps of photos, and I wasn't like, oh yeah, this photo like is mind blowing. Because I feel like I post photos and then people always point out things in the photos that I'd like don't even notice. But now it's like really obvious that it's in the photo.
Like the reflection of the...
Yeah, like the reflection in the face. Yeah. I like don't even know if I didn't notice
it's so
it. But everyone's like, I love the reflection. I'm like, oh, there's a reflection.
Yeah, it's really cool. Just that bit.
Like, yeah.
And I feel like symbols as well. Really cool. Yeah.
And the gong heavy, I just like, it just reminds me, it just sums up Rad Bar, I feel like.
I love that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the final show, I think, so they were the second last show, I think. And then Dear Seattle and a couple of local bands played the last show. Oh man, it was so like emo. As soon as they stopped playing, the guy, like our friend who does the sound, played that song that's like closing time.
Oh my god.
Everyone just pulled their eyes out. We were all crying.
Oh my god, that's
Because it was just like such a home for so many. Like it was so much more than a venue. Like I've never felt so safe and like welcomed at a venue ever.
Yeah.
No one, like everyone's just so nice and not judgmental. And I feel like I was talking. Do you know Chris Frape?
Yep.
Yeah. So I was talking to him and he was like, everyone that learnt their craft at Rad Bar is like doing really great things now, and I'm like, that's so true. Like I feel like if I didn't really shoot as much as I did at Rad Bar, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's
we're just like I don't know. It's such a shit venue. It's like the worst venue ever to shoot.
I think there's something really important in that. Like you really do need to learn how to shoot in the shittest of situations to be a great photographer.
Like this venue literally has like 2 lights, and it's just those ones that just change color. And I'd always just wait till it was like this white light.
And so, because like how different is shooting that compared to like, you know, the big shows that you shoot? Like you can shoot those with your eyes closed, but this is when you know you're an amazing photographer, because this is a really, really hard photo to get.
Yeah, I was so stoked with the photos from these couple of last shows, and I think as well because it changes so much as well, the venue. Like used to be a giant mosaic Rad Bar, like rad thing on the wall, and then there was a time where they put, oh my god, this is the worst, they put like a giant black sheet over that back wall where it said,
that would have been awful,
which just like made there was like
just sucking all the light out.
And I kind of made it a challenge for myself. I wanted to be known as that photographer in Wollongong that could shoot Rad Bar without a flash. Because literally, like, everyone uses a flash, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna just
push that ISO.
nail it, shooting it without a flash. And then, yeah, people would always be like, how the fuck did you get that shot from Radbar without a flash? I'm like, I just know what to do and where to be.
Timing, where that light is coming through you.
Yeah, I always made it so the light was, like, directly behind them.
Very, very cool.
So it just, but yeah, I just found out yesterday, actually, because they knocked the building down now.
Oh, wow.
They were going to build apartments, but they found a library underneath
wow.
where Radbar was, underground. So now they can't do anything because it's like heritage listed.
Oh my god, so that was like pointless exercise.
It's really depressing because, like, if they knew the library was there, they wouldn't have had to knock it down. But
oh wow,
anyway, what can you do?
Oh my god. Let's have a look at the next shot of yours. Now, I can't remember the band's name, but I do think this was at Unify.
Is it Clowns? Or
I think it's Pagan.
Pagan, yep. Yeah. They're the best band.
I remember this set. This was, I think, the second Unify that I'd gone to, and I remember seeing this set and just thinking, she's fucking badass. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
It was so sick. I was like, I can't remember if I've shot them before that. I feel like I shot them somewhere else, but I didn't. Or I'd heard about them. Anyway, I knew that she was going to be crazy on stage.
She was crazy. Like, I don't think I've seen a female performer go.
I know.
There.
She's.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, as Tim said.
Yeah.
This was kind of just the right place at the right time moment. Yep. She just, like, squatted down right in front of me and did that, and I liked that her whole shirt's just covered in wine.
Yeah, she was drinking wine, like pouring. Yeah,
like pours wine all down her shirt, and she's just so sick to shoot.
Yeah, super fun.
I just really liked how she is. I feel like it just sums up her. I love, like, because clowns do the same thing where they, like, wear all white and then just gets thrashed. I love that.
One thing I've noticed about nearly all your photos, which I find quite unusual because it's not something I do all the time, but nearly all your photos are portrait, not landscape. Is that something that you do consciously?
No, but when I was choosing these photos, I was like, oh no, they're all portrait.
Oh, no, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just like, just... I don't think about, like, it's so rare that I shoot a portrait shot when I'm shooting live, so it's just really interesting that you've got so many of your favourites that are like that.
Actually, I think there is a reason. I've just realised, and I think it's because my lens it's only 24, and so if I shot that, like, landscape, it wouldn't have got her all in it, I don't think. So I shoot portrait because it makes it seem wider.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's what. Yeah. So I think that's. But then for ones like this anyway, where it's really close, that's definitely why I would have done portrait, is because it was to get her all in it.
Gab's saying she loves portrait as well, so yeah, it's really, really rare that I shoot. Sometimes, but super rare.
I don't really think about it unless it's a situation like that where, and then so a few years ago I shot on the Lost Paradise team, and in their brief they, like, really liked having portrait photos for Instagram stories. Yeah,
that makes sense.
So, like, things. So ever since then as well, I've, like, shot heaps more in portrait.
So much better for stories.
And I think because of Instagram as well, I never post landscape on Instagram ever, unless it's like a 2-slide thing. Yep,
that makes sense.
So yeah, I always post in portrait just because it fills up the whole phone.
Yep.
Screen, you can see more.
Totally.
Yeah, cool. I'm really, like, I think once I get a wider lens, I will definitely shoot in portrait less. Once you start getting wider than 24 as well, you start to get warping, so that, like, the people... it looks really weird and makes
they look really long, which is a funny thing to say.
I took a photo of, I think it was Gang of Youth, and I was using a 16-35, and that's when I
Yeah.
noticed. I was like, man, his legs are so
That's so
long. They
funny.
don't look like that. But
Let's
yeah.
have a look at the next one. Not sure where this one is. This might be at Unify as well.
Just
Yeah,
the
it's a crowd surf. Yeah,
Yeah, that's Unify as well. So that's Clowns.
that's Clowns, and that is which Unify? Where is this? Because I don't know if I was at this one.
Yeah, that's the same
Oh,
one.
it's the same one.
Same
Oh, cool.
Unify.
It looks so different.
Yeah, I don't know if they played on the same day
Okay.
or. But yeah, so him and Nikki are dating from
Cool.
Megan. So and they perform really similarly. I don't know.
I got.
He is crazy, and I knew he got in the crowd because the other 2 times I've shot them, he's just like gone in the crowd.
And are you standing on top of a barrier to get this shot? How have you got this? Because you're quite elevated. Yep.
So I saw him like getting down, so I just ran straight to like the barrier step because I know that everyone like punches each other to get to those steps when someone goes in the crowd. It's like the Hunger Games.
Yes.
I was like, getting there.
The Hunger Games. The photographer Hunger Games is the race to the barrier.
I remember at Splendor when Foles singer like he goes down in the photo pit and like walks along it and then gets in the crowd. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be crazy because there's like 40 or 50 of us in there. I was like, I'm just gonna like stand so he like walks straight to me and I'm just gonna get it straight on. But yeah, this photo I knew he was gonna do it, so I just like waited and then made it look like golden hour.
Definitely looks like golden hour. Is that just through your amazing orange color grading that you do?
Yeah, it was definitely not golden hour, but I wanted it to be.
so I made it golden hour. So there you go.
It was almost golden hour, but yeah, I got heaps of him crowd surfing that I liked. I was going through them again yesterday, and I was like, oh, I didn't know I got that photo.
Very cool. Such a great shot.
He's just really cool to shoot. Yeah. And then it was so Devo. He jumped when he was going back on the stage. He jumped like from the barrier over pit, and I was like almost laying on the ground trying to get the photo, and then I missed the focus on his face, and it was just like focus on his shoe. I was like, damn it, that would have been such a good photo.
Oh,
but yeah,
cool. Such a great moment. Let's see hang on, where are we? There we go. I actually had to skip the next one anyway because it was your portrait, so that worked out well. There we go.
Taken by Gab.
1975 at somewhere in Sydney.
Yeah, this was at the ICC in Sydney, and we definitely got in trouble after this photo.
So what did you get in trouble for?
So he just like dropped on the ground, and I just like ran, not that far, but like I just shoved my hand over the stage, and just because I was too short, so I couldn't just like do that. So I was just like sprayed and prayed. No one told us we weren't allowed like up against the stage.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
So I just like got the shot. I'm so happy I got it, and it was so overexposed again. Like I just thought it was not gonna be savable. And then the security's like, stand back, and like ripped into us all for getting that close. And then I was like, oops, oh well, got the shot.
Gab said she completely missed this shot and she watched all the security freak out.
Yeah. I just saw it. I was like, I'm usually conscious of who's behind me if I'm like doing that. But I was kind of, I don't really have time to think about this right now. I'm just gonna get.
Hey Ariel, thanks so much for the follow. So I remember this show, seeing everybody's incredible photographs from this particular show because everyone shot it and everyone shot it so well. So it was just like watching everybody's photos.
Jordan got this moment too, which was really cool. It had like they had those light bars that like go up like that, and then to the front of the stage, and they had a really cool reflection. And I think he got the cool reflection in his, which I was trying to do, but I also couldn't see what I was doing because I was just doing that. But yeah, everyone nailed it. It was like the perfect show to shoot because the lighting was just so consistent and bright and colourful, and my dream.
Yeah. Yep.
It was such a fun show. And then we got to stay and watch.
Ah, that's cool. They didn't kick you out.
No, we had a really cool escort that
Oh,
night.
I love that.
I got given a ticket because I was shooting for Interscope.
Yep.
And it was a seated ticket, and I was like, oh damn, everyone else has GA. But then she's like, oh, just go in GA.
Oh, cool. So you got to hang with everyone.
Yeah, it was such a fun show. But yeah, I've never really seen 1975 photos like this. I feel like a lot of the photos from their shows are similar, or like from the same kind of angle. Yep. So I was like, oh, this is heaps.
It's like a quieter moment too, because you do see he's like a lot of energy, and there's like a lot of expression in the photos that I've seen, whereas this is quite quiet, which is cool.
And it literally was like that. He was on the ground for like a second before it went just dark.
So you just like, got it.
It was just a flash of light.
Oh, that's so cool. I hadn't seen them before Laneway, and I went out with Rule to watch their set after I think in Auckland, and was like super blown away. Like really, really talented.
That was so.
Yeah, they're really good. I was like, cool, I get it. I know why everyone likes them now. They're like a really great band. Yeah. Super fun.
I wanted to shoot them for so long as well.
Yeah.
And I think I'd got denied for like the last previous tours they've done here. So I was just so happy to finally shoot them.
Amazing. Brit,
I knew that they were going to be really
Brit
good.
saying she loves it. It's really intimate. I totally agree.
Thanks, Brit.
Okay, let's have a look at your next one. Oh, cool. This is sick. I remember when you posted this photo. This is a really, really amazing photo. This is Void of Vision in Sydney.
Oh,
yeah, this is so sick.
This show was so hard to shoot. I've never seen so much haze, like smoke machine, ever in my life. See you, Gab.
Oh, Gab's going to bed. Okay. See you, Gab.
Good night.
Bye. My camera's being...
See you, Blake.
See you, Blake. Thanks so much. I'm trying to get my camera to refocus on me. There we go. Turn the light down a bit. Thanks so much for tuning in. Nice to see you. Yeah, let us know about this shot, Gab.
Yeah, so they just hit me up and they're like, oh, can you shoot this show for us? I was like, yeah, for sure. And then I got there and I was like, oh my god, it's a hardcore show. It's gonna be like real dark
and hectic.
And
all dudes.
That's exactly what it was. It was at the Lansdowne as well, so there's no barrier. It was just like a floor show, pretty much. The Lansdowne stage is like this high. And yeah, and I basically just had to use a flash the whole show, which I don't usually do either, so I was kind of winging it. And then I think again I was just in the right spot. I like saw him jump into the crowd and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go stand in the middle of the stage. This isn't really a show where people care if I'm on stage, because it's not really a stage. And so yeah, he just did that, and I just like, the light was coming through him really cool, but I knew I like didn't want it to be fully silhouette, so again just winged the flash, and then it was just like the photo was just completely white, like there was no color in it,
and
really at
and
all.
You pulled it back,
and I somehow
saved it.
Made it print again, like everything else.
Honestly, the composition is like so perfect. The thing that I really noticed is this guy here, he's like staring into your soul. Like, it's like there's one guy in the bottom left hand corner and he's made dead eye contact with you, and it just literally looks like he's staring into your soul.
It's so funny. Oh yeah,
that guy there.
He yeah, there's like a whole sequence, but this one, I think he was like falling or something.
It's so perfect.
But I just liked how the light is like going between his legs and
and just everything about where the hand placements and stuff are as well is like, so this here on the side, and it's like, it's such a great shot. This is actually one of my favorites of yours, I think. I think because I know how hard this venue would have been, and it's just not easy to get photos like this. And just the composition is just perfect. It's so beautiful. It's a great shot.
I've always wanted a photo like that from the stage. And I like that you can't really tell that I'm on a
Not at all.
stage.
No.
Like it kind of just looks like I'm in the
I
crowd.
thought you were in the crowd at the back of the venue, actually. That's what it looked like to me, that he jumped the other way.
Yeah, it looks like the stage
Yeah,
is-
that's the lights coming from
Yeah.
the stage. Yeah. It's
Wow,
really cool.
I've never actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When
Like-
you said you're on the stage, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the lights that come like
Onto the stage. Yeah, that's sick.
But, yeah, they just decided to turn them on at the end of the show. But yeah, there's like a whole sequence of him crowd surfing, and it was just like straight flash, and there was no like, I couldn't get any color out of them, the other ones, so I made them black and white. And then I just saw this one, I was like, oh, this one looks like it
Could pull it back a bit.
I do a lot of like split toning, I think, to make, like, if it's just like flat and not really colorful, I'll just like split tone the hell out of it.
Yep. Oh, it's great.
But
really
yeah,
good.
really. And I was borrowing my friend's fisheye for this show.
Oh, cool.
Because I knew that 24 wouldn't be wide enough.
Oh, perfect.
And because it never is for the Lansdowne. And it was really slow to focus. So I like missed a lot of shots. But yeah, I think this was one of the ones from the sequence that actually focused properly. Because it was so dark as well. So I just like didn't focus on anything.
Well, it's you did so well. Like that's super hard to do, that one. Let's have a look at your last shot. So this is yours and ours in 2019, and we've got some fireworks, which is cool.
Yeah, I love this festival.
Hot Dub, is it Hot Dub Time Machine? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, Hot Dub.
Very cool.
Yours and ours always has fireworks at the end of the festival.
Yeah, sick. Who doesn't love fireworks?
To the headline. And I was like, and we kind of all just split up and went to different areas of so I think Chris went up on the cherry picker thing, and then someone else was on the tower, and then I was like, oh, I'll go sound desk because I kind of want to get that
front and center shot,
that little level as well.
Yeah.
And I've just always, like, I've never really nailed a photo like this. I still think I could have done it better, but the fireworks were pretty crap. Like, I had to kind of do a little bit of a long exposure.
They look
like,
sick.
not too. I think it was on 60 shutter speed.
Yep, just a bit slower.
Because they were he had fireworks earlier on in the set, and they were just like, we were all like ready for it, and then you literally can't even see them in the photos because that was like that.
That's so funny.
I was like, oh, that would be the best to like get the photo.
Yeah.
I was like, he was last because he's just so fun.
Yeah, sick.
So yeah, I think I have like 10 to 15 photos from like his set of like this from this spot that are just like all. It's completely different. There's one where everyone's on each other's shoulders, and he's got CO2. It was just such a fun set to shoot from the sound desk, because like you can't really do much with.
They're not moving around much, so.
Yeah, we weren't actually allowed in the pit. We got kicked out.
Oh, okay.
They're like, oh, you can't handle the pyro.
You're like, don't tell me what I can handle. I'll make that decision.
Pyro all day.
Exactly.
I remember Pat Stevo, he was shooting for Hot Dub, and they like wouldn't let him in the pit. And he's like, bruh, I'm literally shooting for him.
That's so
I
funny.
had to tell the dude, I don't know why I even tried, because like as if he's gonna listen to me, but I was like, he's fine, let him in. And they just like wouldn't let him in. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Anyway. But yeah, it was really fun to shoot.
Music Princess says second page of the Mercury the other day. Congratulations, Ruby. That's exciting.
Oh, really? What's the Mercury?
The Mercury, is that a newspaper? I feel like that's a maybe Newcastle newspaper. I don't know if that's right.
That's
wonder what.
Yeah, I think they use like, you know how when festivals or whatever and like their press things. I think most like publications and stuff that I saw post about the festival use this photo, I think.
Cool.
Or like the other firework photo I got, but I was like, Triple J posted it. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Ah, awesome. That's so fun. Oh,
Yeah.
well done.
Yes, Wollongong.
Oh, Wollongong. I was
true.
close. Illawarra Mercury. I knew that I had heard of it at some stage, so... We've got a little bit more time with Ruby if anyone wants to ask any questions before we finish up.
I just want to say as well, this book that I have, I would highly recommend getting it if anyone is into music photography. It's called Rock and Roll Photography is the New Train Spotting.
Sick.
Tony Mott.
Tony Mott. He's the god. He's the god of Australian music photography.
It's a really good book. I would just like to plug that because it's very inspiring for music photographers, I feel like.
I haven't got that book. I have to put that one on the list. I love getting photography books. It's like my favourite thing to do. So
I went to, he had an exhibition in Sydney and I didn't really know who he was at the time because I was 17 or something. My auntie is weirdly like in the know about music photography.
Oh, that's hilarious.
She's just like not the kind of person that like would be into that. And she's like, oh my god, Tony Mott's doing an exhibition. I'm gonna take you. I was like, all right. And I got there, I was like, oh my god, he's like the best.
Yeah, quite literally,
He like signed the book for me, but I can't figure out what it says.
Says, follow in my steps, young Padawan, or something.
It's a really good book.
Britt has asked bucket list artists for you to shoot. Who haven't you shot that you'd love to shoot?
So most of them are like probably will never happen, but whatever.
No, you don't say that. It's like anything is possible in this industry.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, probably let's do my top 5. I should have written this down like a while, like when I first started, but I didn't. So it's kind of just a mental bucket list.
Yep.
But Fleetwood Mac.
Sick.
I'd probably cry if I shot them. Rage Against the Machine are like number 1.
Yep.
That's still a possibility now that they're a band again.
Yes, totally.
Coldplay, would love to. I feel like their whole show is just like my whole aesthetic.
That's hilarious and cute.
It's so colourful. Their shows are so good. I've seen them twice and it was just the best.
Who else?
Radiohead.
Oh, yep. This is cool. You're naming all of the people that I would have no interest in shooting, so we wouldn't have to like, if I had to put my name down, we wouldn't have to fight over them.
I feel like they'd be boring to shoot, but I just want to like shoot them.
Yeah, I mean they're all like iconic bands as well, so don't mind me. It's just not my type of music.
Coldplay would be fun. I shot The Cure. That was like one of my number 1.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was literally in awe the whole time. It was really cool because the first 3 songs went for like 10 minutes each.
Oh wow, I love when that happens and you're just in there, you're in the pit for like half an hour. You're like, yes.
It was at the Opera House and I was just like, this can't be happening.
Sick, so sick.
Who else? The Jonas Brothers.
Of course. The whole reason that you're a photographer. I feel like that's gonna have to happen. Like you have to be shooting.
Oh, I would literally not. I wouldn't know how to deal with myself.
You'd be fine.
Shoot.
You'd be cool.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles would be awesome. I'd love to shoot Harry Styles. That would be so
I'm trying to. Yeah, I really want to sneak my point and shoot in to his tour because I actually bought a ticket for a show for the first time in ages. Like I have to
Worth
go.
It would be great.
Yeah, there's probably so many artists.
The other thing that I wanted to ask you about before we finish up is we have a creative challenge this week, which is something that you know quite a lot about because you know how to do astrophotography. You've been doing it for a little while and I want to show some of your astro photos. This one in particular is really beautiful. And that's okay, we can see them on Insta. So we'd love to get a few tips from you for like, Britt's saying, I think you might have missed the start of, did you miss the start of the stream where,
oh, true, Brit.
Yeah, you might have to go back and watch the start of the stream today.
Basically, I went to Jonas Brothers concert and then wanted to take photos of it. And here we are.
She's a closet stan, so there we go.
They're DVD back.
Yeah. So let's yeah, we need some tips, but like those in the stream that are going to try and attempt to do this for Sunday's stream.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think I'm going to sneeze. There we go. Yes, out. Give us some tips, like I've never done this before, so I'm going to go out at night. What am I going to do?
So, this is really funny because I don't remember ever learning how to do astrophotography.
You just happen to be really amazing at it.
Like,
I'm writing tips down.
I know that I was really bad. I know that I was really bad at it at the start because I looked at my old photos. I was like, oh wow, they are so bad. Yeah, so my first tip would be use a tripod.
Yep. Tripod.
100%. Like anything that
is stable.
That's stable. Yep. If you have a remote, I would recommend that as well. I don't have one, but it just so when you press the shutter speed, it doesn't like shake it.
Yep.
Bit. Use the widest, like try and go as wide as you can.
Yep.
I think the wider the better.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think.
This one on the screen was just my 24-70.
Yep.
In my backyard. And yeah, so I don't know what the moon's going to be like in Melbourne tonight, but if you're in New South Wales, there is no moon.
Oh, a good night for it then, yes?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do it after this stream because it's insanely clear tonight.
I can't.
So there's no moon, and the Milky Way is going to be like in peak position where I am anyway, probably in Sydney as well.
I can't see if there's any moon, but...
I have this called Skyview, and it tells you.
Oh yeah, you were saying that there's an app called Skyview. Megan's also given a really good tip. Use the timer if you don't have a remote, so just like a countdown.
Oh my god,
genius, Megan!
Why have I done
That's so
that?
brilliant. Timer, I'm writing that down, timer.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
That's so cool. Clever. This is my sharing tips. Great job. And so, what are your rough settings? Like ISO, have you got it pretty high?
So, usually I do 2.8 aperture, or like as wide as you can.
Yep.
You can go.
Yep.
I try not to go over 20 seconds because then if you do like a 30-second shutter, the stars like have a little trail.
Okay.
And if it's not like a full trail, it looks just like
weird.
looks like the camera. Yep. So I try to do 15 to 20 seconds. 15 is usually like what I aim to go.
Cool.
And usually for ISO, I'll do like 1600, or it depends where I'm shooting. So in my backyard, like there's a bit of light from the street lights and whatever.
There's another one I want to pull up as well that's really great. This one's really beautiful as well. That's insane. I don't know where you've taken this shot, but it's like crazy.
Oh yes, that one. I was like waiting for it.
Oh yeah, that's like mental.
Yeah, that was taken with Jordan Munns' gear.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Good job, Jordan.
Fisheye, that was a 15mm fisheye.
Ah, fisheye. Yep.
That was like probably 10 minutes from my house. Yep. So I live like on the coast, and I basically just like drove 10 minutes inland. There's like that's where all the farmland is.
Cool.
Town like disappears real fast, so you don't have to drive very far to get like real dark. And yeah, I was with my friends. We kind of just like we were like, oh, let's go star shooting, and we didn't like know where the Milky Way or anything was going to be, but I wanted to try it out with the fisheye because I'd never done that wide before.
Yep.
And yeah, so there's this place 10 minutes from me that's just like really dark and is crazy to shoot. So I just got, I don't know if I feel like, is there another one in that post?
Oh,
as well?
Let's have a look. Hey, there we go. Sure is. Yep. Beautiful.
I don't remember.
It doesn't, it's like, doesn't even look real. It's so crazy.
I do edit them quite a bit.
Yeah.
like it's pretty dull. The
So
raw.
you're pushing whites and like saturation and stuff like that?
Pushing whites, and I do like. I shot these like a year ago or over a year ago, but now I like do the color noise reduction quite a bit now. Just to get rid of that weird color noise.
Yep.
But yeah, and sometimes I'll mask the Milky Way and like change, like just edit the rest of the sky and the Milky Way different, because but it's so different every single time. It's like you can never take the same stuff.
But that's great. So like there's some great tips in there that I'll just repeat for people aren't writing them down, because I've just written them down. So tripod, a remote or using a timer is a good tip. Nice wide lens, shooting on I guess as wide of the aperture as you can go. So if it's 2.8 or whatever you've got on your lens. ISO of about 1600-ish and around 15 to 20 seconds.
Yeah, I try not to go above 2000.
Yeah. Does it just get too noisy, or what's your reason for that?
Yeah, it just gets really grainy, because then when I pull up, I don't want to lose detail in the background stars when I like pull the noise reduction up.
That makes sense.
Because it kind of just blends them into the grain.
Yeah, totally.
Another tip as well for focusing.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. How do you focus?
As you can see in this photo, there's like that really bright star to the right. I usually would just try and find a star like that.
Yep.
Like a real bright star, and I'll go on live view.
Okay.
And you know how you can, like, I don't know if you can on Nikon, I'm assuming you can. You can like zoom in to like focus on live view. So I use all manual focus.
Okay.
I just like zoom in on live view and like make sure that bright star's in focus.
Yep.
And then usually like they're all too far away for the depth of field in the star.
Yeah, totally.
So I like just try and find a bright star and
on
focus
that one,
on that.
and then they're going to be all good.
And then they'll be fine. And then and then you kind of like, I'll just play around. It also takes so long, like you have to have patience. I usually go out for like 2 or 3 hours and just make a thing of it. Unless sometimes I'll just, like this night in particular, we were hanging for ages, but those ones in my backyard, that we showed before,
I want to pull that one up again, because there's a couple
there for like half an hour.
Because you've got I think you've got those star trails, which I think you said you can slightly move if you've got like a what are they called? Zoom lens.
Zoom lens.
So you can slowly zoom.
Yeah. So
see you, Jazz.
Thanks
for nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. So in these photos, the Milky Way obviously isn't as visible as the other ones, because I think it was a full moon. But I was just like wanted to shoot them because I was, I don't know, bored. And so I was like, oh, how can I make it different? And then I like tried 100 times zooming them in. Like, so for these ones I was doing a 30-second exposure, 25 or something, and I'd kind of just count in my head from when I pressed the shutter button, and in the last 5 seconds I would slowly zoom in. I think I zoomed in.
Cool.
Because so I zoomed in because I would, for the first 20 seconds of the exposure, that would be like capturing the foreground of the trees.
Gotcha. And then that would be at your widest, so say 24, and then you would slowly zoom in. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I'd zoom in to like 70.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I tried zooming out, but then the like trees were whack, so I just did
this first one.
Yeah, so I zoomed in for those ones, and it took so many tries because I wanted to get them like straight. Yep. Because obviously when you're like moving the camera, like it does.
Yeah. You did so good though.
So that was the straight ones. I was gonna get them without the like little squiggly thing, but I was like, oh, I need to just do something different. Otherwise, it's just boring. Because there's no Milky Way.
Yeah, no, that's such a great shot. So good. So clever. Love it. I think we're all like, we've all got all the information. We can try and go shoot now for the next couple of days or nights. Nights, sorry.
I'm really keen. I just got a 70 to 200, so I'm gonna try
Ah, wow.
some 200 mil star photos, and I'm gonna try stacking.
Okay.
See if I can like capture a little galaxy or
Holy
something. I've been watching some
shit.
YouTube videos.
This is so cool. Oh my god. I can't wait to see what you do. This is like...
I don't know if it'll work, and I think it'll be harder because my tripod's like not the best, and it's quite a heavy lens, so it might move around a bit more, but I'll try
Give
my
it a
best.
crack, see how you go.
Yeah, I'm keen.
So do we have any last questions before we say goodbye tonight? This has been so awesome. It's been so lovely to have a chat. But I definitely want to give people the opportunity to ask any questions of you.
I think that's one. Oh, Chloe Hall said, do you use presets or do you have time to edit individually?
Great question. I totally missed that.
So I use presets for everything, but I've like made them myself.
Yeah, it's a pretty common. Yeah, it's pretty common.
And it just helps like everything look
consistent,
cohesive. As you can see, like pretty much the orange is the same orange in every photo that's orange.
But it also means that your style is consistent as well. I think that's the other.
Yeah. So it's just most of my presets are based off Visco presets. They're like so far from Visco presets.
But that's where you started, and then
Yeah, that's where I started. I like downloaded all the free presets they had.
Yep.
And just kind of worked on them over the years until I liked what
you were getting.
Yeah.
Hey Andy, thanks for the follow.
Hey Andy. Yeah, I have heaps of different presets. I have like bold, like contrasty, colourful presets, and then I have more of like a filmy style. I hate saying that because it's not really film.
No, but you definitely that like I mean even this shot that I'm showing at the moment, which is it Ivory music? That's it's definitely got a film vibe for sure.
So that one, one of the filmy presets, and then I have all my presets are named like the dumbest things. It'd be like Splendor Sunday, Sunday, and I'm like
same. Or like the person's name that I was editing. It's like that's so not useful for the next time I want to use that that preset.
I know. I have one like I have like specific venue presets as well. I have like Rad Bar 1, Rad Bar 2, Rad Bar 3.
That's cool though. I like that. Venue presets clever.
Yeah, but and then I have ones that are just like keep this one too, keep this one. Like they're all over the place.
Brit said Sunset One or Unfuck the Blue. Unfuck the Blue is amazing.
I know. I have one for blue that's just like get rid of blue.
Get rid of blue. I had a question for you. I've noticed that you're doing more kind of press shots and portraits. Is that an area that you want to move into?
Yeah, definitely. I've always been really like scared to do them because I've just felt like I can't really do them well, or like.
Well, that's completely bullshit. Your portraits are awesome.
I'm not very good at like talking to people that I don't know, like, and directing them.
Do you feel anxious about that?
Yeah, so all the press shots I've done are for friends, and like, so it's very comfortable.
Yes.
And the few that I've done that I haven't known them, I've just felt really awkward, and like I don't really know how to pose people. Solo, if it's like one person, it's fine, but when you get to a band, I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, and I just like freak out, and then.
Yeah, it can be very tricky, that's for sure. Oh, hey Mildred, thanks for joining us. The only thing that I would say is just keep practicing with your friends, because you'll get so good at it, it'll just become like you won't even think about it. It just that repetition. But your portrait stuff's great. Like don't,
thank you.
Yeah, don't hesitate to keep doing it. It's just I definitely, even with bands, like you know, if you get one dickhead in a band, it can throw off the whole vibe as well. So you just like.
I know. I did this shoot with a band once, and like only one of the members spoke to me the whole time,
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, be awkward.
That is horrifically shit.
But then, like sometimes I feel like that's band that I was just talking about is the only band shoot that I've done that I'm like not really happy with the photos.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Most
a
of the time,
vibe, like,
in the moment, like freak out, and then I like send them off,
and they love them.
and they love them, even though I'm like, I wouldn't put this on my website, but I'm glad that you like it.
Brits just said that's really bizarre. I think I don't know if I've told people about, I don't know if I maybe just didn't mention the person's name potentially, but I shot with a pretty well-known rapper from America, and he just didn't, like, wouldn't shake my hand, didn't make eye contact, didn't speak to me. So weird. It was so weird.
And I like hate small talk as well.
So I like small talk. That's like my favorite thing.
Like depends who it's with. Sometimes I like it, but I really think of what's the word? I like run out of things to talk about real fast.
Yeah.
Which is why I like shooting with my friends.
Yeah, because you guys just chat. Yeah, I totally understand that. It's like, it can be very, you can get anxious talking to people that you don't know for sure. It's like it's a hard thing to teach. Just like go and converse with people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But then again, I didn't actually know Ivory before I shot with her.
Yeah.
But I think it was just because it was just her and like.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Sometimes it's just a great vibe. So, it just works. Mildred said, "Oh, that's the weirdest. How did you get over the awkwardness of him not talking?" Oh, for me, I took photos for 5 minutes and went, well, this is a fucking waste of time. Thank you. And I left because it was like pointless. And I was shooting for a publication. I only needed to get a couple of photos. It wasn't like, I was like, he's obviously not in the mood. He's just landed. I'm just gonna not bother. It's like, he doesn't want to be here. Like, what? Like, I got what I needed and I just bounced. I had half an hour booked and I literally spent 5 minutes shooting and was like, this is, pointless. So Britt said your shoot with Ivory was goals. But that's
Thank
cool.
you.
Oh, the other thing I want to say is that your skating stuff is really, really, really good. And I hope you continue doing stuff. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm like, I've always wanted to be a skate photographer, like before music, and I've just never done it. I used to go to the skate park all the time, every day after school for like ever, until I was probably 14, and everyone became too cool. Like all the dudes that I hung out with, like, just that age, everyone's like, oh, girls at the skate park, what the fuck? Which is now way more like, it's so now.
Totally.
But I was always like, I didn't want to be that weirdo at the park with a camera, and like I've never seen a female skate photographer like ever.
Well, we need to change this. So
yeah, I still don't know any, and I've like looked. I'm like, surely there's one.
There's you. So we need to change the world. This is happening.
Yeah. So this photo that's on the screen was we had all these pros come to Ulladulla and do like a skate demo.
Yep.
Which was crazy. They were like 5 of my favorite skaters. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they're coming here. I think this is in January.
Very cool.
I was like, what? Fuck it. I'm going to take my camera, even though there's going to be like literally hundreds of people there. I was like, I'm in my own town, like, and people will know me as like being a photographer, so it'll be fine.
Totally be fine, yeah.
Anyway, the demo lasted like 20 minutes because one of them broke their ankle.
Oh no.
Horrific, but I got the best photo of them.
Yeah, really great.
I feel like it's the end of this post.
Oh,
it's like quality wise, it's a crap photo, but it's just everyone's reaction.
Oh, to the let's have a look through.
Of him breaking his ankle because it was. I just cropped the photo is of him breaking his ankle, but I just cropped it into the background crowd because I did not want to no one had to see that.
Oh, was it that bad? Oh my god.
His leg was just so.
These photos are so sick. They're really great. So that is that the shot, maybe? Oh yeah, that's a.
Oh, maybe I didn't post it in there.
There's one of the it's like a swipey one. You can just see where everyone's like, oh, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like in the foreground of the photo, but I was like, I'm gonna crop that out because it's so gross.
Brit's just posted an article in the chat that says meet the new wave of female skate photographers, so you can definitely some research for you to check out after this, which is Very cool. Yeah, I love your skate work. It's so cool, and I hope that you continue doing that. Music Princess asks, dream venue and artist match up anywhere in the world to shoot. It's a great question.
It's really hard to say dream venue because I've like only been to maybe 5. But from what I've seen on the internet, I would like Red Rocks.
Yes, that's my number 1.
I've never really thought about that. Dream venue and artist matchup.
Yep.
Red Rock's definitely dream venue.
Yeah.
Trying to think who would be really cool to shoot at Red Rocks.
Don't even reckon it would just matter that much because it would such an amazing.
Oh yeah, Ali Pali's another one, Tim. 100%.
Yep.
I would just anywhere in England. I would freaking love to shoot the UK scene. They just have the best musicians ever.
Andy's asked the biggest artist you'd love to work with.
The biggest artist, probably like Rage Against the Machine.
Yep.
I saw Prophets of Rage a few years
How's
ago,
that?
which
That'd
is
be sick.
Tom Morello's other band, and I didn't like their music, but I'm so like Tom Morello's my favorite guitarist ever. Has been ever since I beat him on Guitar Hero, on the Guitar Hero battle that he has.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was like 12. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you, Tom Morello. He's just so like seeing him was, it's just the best. But probably Rage or Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yes, you mentioned them before actually.
Or to work with. Actually, I don't think I'd like to work with Fleetwood Mac because I just want them to be like a dream fantasy. I don't want to meet them.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations of don't meet your heroes sometimes.
I feel like they'd not be a vibe to hang out with. Even like I don't know. I just want them to remain in my dreams. Is how it's
totally.
But yeah, probably Rage Against the Machine or like Coldplay, I suppose.
Yes.
I can't even think of. Do you ever just forget who artists are and like I can't even think of any.
Who are artists? What do we? I mean, it has been such a long time since we've been able to shoot concerts, so you know.
Jonas Brothers once again.
Oh yes, Jonas Brothers. I remember shooting a festival at, I think it was in Japan with Rule, and Nick Jonas was playing, and Rule was doing media in a room, and then Nick Jonas got like he got escorted in, and he was like through. He had so many security guards, and I took this like really sneaky photo, like because I didn't want to get kicked out. I took this really sneaky photo because he was looking like so buff, like ridiculously buff. And I just had to send it to my friend. I was like, "How buff is Nick Jonas? This is so funny." So that's the only brush I've ever had with Jonas Brothers before.
Oh my god! I just remembered something that happened actually.
Yes, go.
You remember the Sydney City Limits Festival?
Yep.
So, oh my god, I just like walked into the photo pit to someone and Joe Jonas was sitting in the fucking photo pit and I was
hearing
like,
about that.
I was like, is this happening right now? I was like just so taken back and not expecting it. I was like,
it's so weird when you see famous people in real life and you have that second of like, is that a friend? Like, do I know? That's actually a famous person that I don't know, so don't say hello to them.
I was like, oh my god, and his security or bodyguard was just looking at me like, don't even think about it.
Even. Oh, that is hilarious.
I was like, oh my god, I'm in the photo pit with Joe Jonas.
That's so cool.
I think I tweeted that. I was like, guys, I'm sharing the photo pit with Joe Jonas. Oh, that was great.
And so
Maddie dancing to Rockhampton in the photo pit.
Last thoughts on when do you think we're going to be able to shoot concerts again? When are we going to be doing the thing that we love the most? Do you have any thoughts?
Next year.
You say next year?
No. Yeah, I'm actually shooting a show next month. A drive-in show.
Oh, I heard about the drive-in show. Looks amazing.
The drive-in Hockey Dad
Yep.
show.
That's cool. I mean, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like fun, not funny.
Well, I just like that people are thinking like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, we gotta do something here. Like drive-ins, let's do it.
I think we hopefully we'll start seeing smaller shows definitely by the end of the year.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like potentially like up to 1,000 or something might come back.
Yeah, I'm personally hoping that like big bands do small shows.
I was hoping, I had a theory the other day that I was kind of trying to suss out on Twitter, but I had a theory with the very, very, very low cases that we've had after the Black Lives Matter rallies, even though the media are frothing to make this a story. Unfortunately, it's not a story, and we've had like, I don't know, 3 cases out of 100,000 people that attended. So my thoughts were maybe potentially an open air thing where maybe people were wearing masks and had, like they were at the rally, and had hand sanitizer could be a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think so.
I feel like I'm not an epidemiologist, but if I was, I would be saying that it's pretty low risk. After that, we all put ourselves up as guinea pigs.
I think we'll definitely see after winter how things are after winter.
Totally.
And then I think if like we survived winter, then we'll probably like be fine.
Yeah, Tim's saying Sydney Mire Music Bowl potentially. That's what I'm thinking. Outdoor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Brit. The government is like putting on 1,000 shows in New South Wales in like October.
Really? There you go.
And I'm like, well, if the government's putting it on, then I have no problem going.
It's probably going to be like a.
Which is very shocking for the New South Wales
government. It is
government.
Quite shocking.
Because don't they hate
They hate music and art.
People.
Megan's asked about that drive-in concert. Do you have to shoot from your car? I'm assuming you don't. I'm assuming you can like walk around the front.
I don't.
That would suck if you had to shoot from your car.
I was saying to my brother, I was like, I wonder if they'll set it up so like vans can't be in like the first row, because imagine if all these vans come and then you're in like a bloody Yaris
and you can't see.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But it'd be pretty fun.
Cool. Well, that's pretty much that's all we've got time for, really. That's gone for 2 hours, which is like crazy.
Tall people.
Tall people, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
I know, those tall people at concerts are my worst enemy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I hate it. And
I also don't like it when people are like, I'm short, so you should let me in front of you, even though you've probably been here for hours.
Jared said, imagine driving around in the pit. That would be so funny. Just like...
Yes. Weren't they doing that in like
I don't know, but that's so funny. I love that. Oh yeah, Brit does that anyway in her wheelchair. Brit's always driving in her wheelchair in the pit. See, you are an entrepreneur in this space, Brit. This is awesome. I wanted to thank you so much for coming in, Ruby. This was so lovely to chat to you and hear your story. And
thank you.
No, my pleasure. Please, everyone in the chat, thank Ruby. That was so great to get your backstory and see so much of your work and hear your journey, because it's, as you know, everyone's journey is very different, which is very cool.
I love streams. Yeah. I'm doing one with Adam Elmer.
Yes, it's tomorrow morning
at like 6 in the morning.
Great. Well, I might be up for the. I might be up. I did that a few weeks ago, and I might be up for the end of it. Maybe we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh,
it's so early, but I'm so glad that you're doing.
Such a good.
Yeah, and good to have some more Australian representation, which is really cool.
Yeah, I'm really happy with who else is on it, because I've been such a big fan of all of them for so long, and like internet friends with them for so many years.
Oh, great. You bet you have a little hangout, which would be awesome. There's lots of love in the chat for you, so make sure you...
Thanks, Mildred,
Megan, Shendi?
Sharon.
Shendi?
Shendi.
Shendi1 and Scarlett. Thanks, everyone. So tonight was amazing. We had a raid, we had cheers happening, so much cool stuff happening tonight. So many new people in the stream, which was like amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. So thanks so much, Ruby. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you Sunday for... So Sunday is usually at noon. I'm actually going to be at my parents' place, so I haven't worked out how I'm doing this yet, but hopefully we're fine and we can stream from Shepparton. If the internet is shit...
I will not be able to join this week.
But get your entry in, Ruby. Everybody get get their entries in.
I'm gonna go shoot it after I eat dinner.
It's an astrophotography challenge. For those who don't know, join the Discord. We're chatting about it in the Discord. Astrophotography, that's why Ruby gave us some tips. And I'll be showing everybody's entry on the stream on Sunday. So we'll see everybody then. Catch you all later.
Yeah.
Love you lots.
Okay,
Big kiss.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.